Take a slow breath. Before any words try to guide you, allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove anything. This message is not here to demand your attention. It gently invites it. In the middle of busy days and crowded thoughts, God is reminding you that stillness has meaning. Not every message arrives with noise. Some arrive softly, almost unnoticed, like a calm presence asking you to pause. You may feel that something inside you has been restless lately, not in a dramatic way, but subtle. A quiet sense that life is moving, yet something within you wants clarity, reassurance, or direction. This message invites reflection, not urgency. It is not saying something is wrong with you. It is saying that you're human and that even strong people need moments of grounding. Faith is not always about grand actions. Often, it begins with listening. You may feel like you've been carrying expectations your own, or those placed on you by others. Expectations to be further along, stronger, more certain. But this season suggests something gentler. It suggests permission to slow down and check in with your inner world. God is reminding you that you are not behind. Growth does not move in straight lines. Sometimes it pauses, sometimes it circles back, and sometimes it feels invisible. That does not mean it isn't happening. Roots grow quietly, long before anything shows above the surface. If you've been questioning your path, this message is not here to give you a fixed answer. Instead, it offers reassurance that questioning is not a failure of faith. It is often part of it. Reflection is not doubt, it is care. You may feel tired in ways that rest hasn't fully touched. Emotional tiredness, mental tiredness, the kind that comes from holding things together for too long. God is reminding you that you don't have to carry everything alone, even if you don't yet know how to set it down. This is not a call to change everything overnight. It is a reminder that awareness itself is a form of progress. When you notice what you feel, when you acknowledge where you are, you create space for healing and clarity to begin. Let this moment be gentle. Nothing is being demanded of you. You are simply being invited to listen to your breath, your thoughts, and the quiet sense that you are allowed to be exactly where you are right now. There is a kind of pressure that doesn't come from outside voices, but from inside comparisons. You may feel it when you look at others' lives, or when you measure your progress against timelines that were never truly yours. This message invites you to release that pressure, even if only a little. God is reminding you that timing is not punishment or reward, it is alignment. Some things unfold quickly. Others take longer because they are shaping you, not just your circumstances. What feels delayed may actually be protecting you, preparing you, or teaching patience in ways that can't be rushed. You may feel frustration with waiting for clarity, for stability, for peace, or for the next step to make sense. Waiting can feel passive, but in truth, it is active inner work. It asks you to sit with uncertainty without losing hope. This season suggests learning how to trust without needing immediate results. Not blind trust, but grounded trust, the kind that says, I don't see everything yet, but I am still allowed to move forward calmly. God is reminding you that your worth is not measured by speed. Slower paths often create deeper understanding. When growth takes time, it tends to stay. What forms quickly can fade just as fast. You may feel like you should already know what you're doing, But clarity often comes in layers, not all at once. It unfolds as you become ready to hold it. And readiness is not about perfection, it's about openness. If you've been trying to control outcomes, this message invites you to soften that grip. Control can feel like safety, but it often creates tension. Trust doesn't remove responsibility. It simply removes the weight of believing everything depends on you alone. God is reminding you that you are allowed to rest without falling behind. Rest is not a pause in purpose, it is part of it. When you slow down, you create space to notice what truly matters and what can be released. This message is not telling you to stop trying. It's inviting you to stop rushing yourself. Progress guided by peace lasts longer than progress driven by pressure. You may not see the full picture yet, and that's okay. Faith often works quietly, aligning things beneath the surface before anything changes outwardly. Trust that the pace of your life is not random. It is personal, intentional, and unfolding with care. There are things we carry not because they serve us, but because we've grown used to their weight. Old regrets, unresolved emotions, stories we tell ourselves about who we should have been by now. This message invites you to notice what you're holding without judgment. God is reminding you that letting go does not mean forgetting. It means releasing the hold something has over your present. Healing is not erasing the past, it is learning how to live without being defined by it. You may feel attached to moments you wish had gone differently, or to relationships that taught you hard lessons. Holding on to them can feel like honoring what you went through, but sometimes it quietly keeps wounds open. This season suggests that emotional healing doesn't require dramatic breakthroughs. Often, it begins with compassion toward yourself, speaking to yourself with the same patience you offer others. God is reminding you that forgiveness, especially self-forgiveness, is a process. You don't have to force it. You don't have to feel ready. Simply being willing to consider it is a step forward. You may feel afraid that if you let go, you'll lose something important. But letting go is not losing, it is creating space. Space for peace, for clarity, for new understanding to settle in. This message invites reflection on what no longer aligns with who you are becoming, not with pressure, but with honesty. Growth often requires releasing identities, expectations, or roles that once felt necessary. God is reminding you that you are allowed to change. You are allowed to outgrow versions of yourself. This is not betrayal, it is maturity. If you've been carrying emotional pain quietly, this message does not ask you to be strong through it. It invites you to be gentle. Strength can look like rest, like asking for support, like allowing yourself to feel without rushing to fix it. Letting go happens gradually. It happens in moments of awareness, in small choices, in the decision to not reopen old wounds unnecessarily. Trust that each small release matters. You are not defined by what hurt you. You are shaped by how you heal. And healing, in its own time, brings clarity and peace that feels steady and real. Not all growth is visible. Some of the most important changes happen beneath the surface, where no one else can see. This message invites you to honor that unseen work. God is reminding you that inner growth often feels slow because it is deep. It reshapes how you think, how you respond, how you treat yourself and others. These changes may not come with applause, but they last. You may feel like you haven't accomplished enough lately, but inner growth doesn't always show up as achievements. Sometimes it shows up as calmer reactions, clearer boundaries, or the ability to pause instead of panic. This season suggests focusing less on proving and more on becoming more patient with yourself, more honest about your needs, more grounded in what truly matters to you. God is reminding you that clarity often follows consistency. Small, steady choices create trust within yourself. When you show up gently but consistently, confidence grows naturally. You may feel uncertain about your direction, but uncertainty doesn't mean you're lost. It often means you're between chapters, learning what to carry forward and what to leave behind. This message invites you to value peace over pressure. Peace doesn't mean life is perfect. It means you're learning how to remain centered even when things are unresolved. God is reminding you that you don't need to compare your journey to anyone else's. Their timing, lessons, and responsibilities are different. Your path is shaped by what you need to learn, not by what others display. If you've been practicing patience, kindness, or self-control quietly, those efforts matter. They are shaping a stronger foundation than quick success ever could. Growth guided by faith is often subtle. It doesn't rush. It doesn't demand. It builds trust slowly, teaching you how to listen to yourself and to God with greater clarity. You are becoming more grounded than you realize. Even when progress feels invisible, it is unfolding. Trust the quiet work. It is meaningful, and it is leading you toward greater peace. As this message comes to a close, there is nothing you need to do immediately. No action required, just a gentle reminder to carry this calm with you into whatever comes next. God is reminding you that you are not alone in your reflection. Every thoughtful pause, every moment of honesty with yourself is supported by grace. You don't have to have everything figured out to move forward with faith. You may feel lighter simply by listening, or you may feel thoughtful, quiet, or even emotional. All of that is okay. Reflection is not about feeling a certain way. It's about allowing space for truth to surface naturally. This season suggests continuing gently, taking one step at a time, choosing patience over pressure, understanding over self-criticism, and peace over constant striving. God is reminding you that hope doesn't need to be loud to be real. It can exist quietly, steady, and present, even on days when motivation feels low. You may not see immediate change after this message, and that's perfectly fine. Growth that lasts rarely announces itself right away. Trust that something meaningful settles in when you allow yourself to listen. Carry forward the understanding that you are allowed to rest, to reflect, and to grow at your own pace. Faith is not about rushing towards certainty. It's about walking calmly through uncertainty with trust. As you return to your day, take this sense of reassurance with you. Let it shape how you speak to yourself. Let it soften your expectations. Let it remind you that peace is something you can practice, not something you have to earn. You are supported, you are learning, and you are exactly where you need to be in this moment. Let that be enough for now.